shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do that conga beat.
Hello, my name is Steve Satterfield, and yes, that's my beautiful physique you see on the beach. I'd like to share with you some of the fun that I have enjoyed with my family at Lake Powell in southern Utah. About 5 years ago, my brother-in-law, Scott Burt, who we see catching a rare nap here, invited our family to go with them to Lake Powell. Now, I'd heard about Lake Powell, but didn't know much about it, wasn't really interested. But my family wanted to go, and so I relented, and I'm glad that I did. For a visit to Lake Powell for a few days and nights on a houseboat is something I believe most families would enjoy. To say that it brings you closer together as families is an understatement. I mean, 14 people on a 50-foot boat for 4 days and nights, you do get close together. Not only are the days enjoyable at Lake Powell with all the water fun and sport, but the night sky is a brilliant, dazzling display of stars and planets. To better appreciate this night sky on our last trip, we decided to begin at the Hansen Planetarium in downtown Salt Lake City, where we saw a show of the night sky to prepare us for our trip. We also found many other displays at the Hansen Planetarium of great interest. I'd suggest you make a visit when you're in Salt Lake City. Now enjoy with us our visit to the Hansen Planetarium. Now, let's watch unemotional little Shawnee as she takes a ride on the gyro machine. The next morning, bright and early, it's time to pack everything up and go. And with this highly motivated and organized crew, the packing job does not take long. And here are some close-ups of this highly skilled crew. Before we go any further, I must tell the story of the muffin. As we pulled out of Salt Lake City, I noticed this half-eaten breakfast muffin on the back deck of the ski boat. We all decided to see how long it would take to fall off. And believe it or not, it made it the whole 250-mile, 6-hour trip to Bullfrog. About halfway to Bullfrog is the city of Price, and our last place to shop before heading into the desert for those final needed supplies. Now, I'm not sure why we're all standing at the candy bin. At any rate, I wouldn't say that we were normal shoppers. In fact, the word obnoxious may be closer.
And we are so cool.
Smith's in Price. And what else?
And Jemima pancakes without the syrup. It's like the spring without the fall. There's only one thing worse in the universe, and that's no Aunt Jemima at all. Da, da, da.
As you get closer to Lake Powell, you begin to realize that this is like no other lake that you've ever been to. Let's take a moment and catch up on a little history behind the lake. In 1963, the Glen Canyon Dam at Page, Arizona was completed after nearly 16 million man-hours of labor, and the muddy Colorado River began backing up into the miles and miles of red sandstone canyons. This would, in the coming years, create the most unique and scenic high desert lake in the world. The Colorado River, through the centuries, has carved out the huge Glen Canyon area, and further downstream had created the Grand Canyon. After the completion of the dam, when these windy and sometimes narrow canyons filled with water, a recreational paradise was created. The lake is over 200 miles long, but supports nearly 2,000 miles of shoreline because of the nearly 180 canyons and valleys that were filled with water. In 1869, Major John Wesley Powell began the first scientific exploration of the Glen Canyon area. Major Powell's relentless pursuit of knowledge for the Glen Canyon area was well noted, and when the lake was created almost 1 century later, it was named after him. Today, the majority of the lake is still very remote, and when you visit, you are hours from any medical help. Even telephones are scarce. The average rainfall is less than 6 inches, and the humidity is about 10%, making it truly a desert area. There is primarily only one thing that brings you to this desert area, and that is the water. You either swim in it, ski on it, or catch fish from it. Going to Lake Powell without a boat is much like going snow skiing without skis. You can go, but there just isn't anything to do. Fortunately, we had use of both a houseboat and a ski boat, which go together to make for several days of fun in the sun. But now we have arrived, and our first task is to load up the houseboat and get on our way and find a place to park before nightfall. Oh yeah, there's that muffin we told you about. See, it made it all the way. Well, we finally got everything packed on the houseboat and now we're on our way. We're looking here at the ferry that takes automobiles from one side of the lake to the other, that keeps this former highway intact. Now that we're churning down the lake, we looked at the chart maps and decided we might be able to find a place in Lake Canyon. It'll take us about 2 hours to get there. Well, here we are at Lake Canyon, all tied up. Looks like a nice quiet place for a vacation. Quiet? Ha! After an evening's activities and little fishing, we had dinner and then pulled out all the sleeping bags and went to sleep on top of the houseboat. Next morning I got up ready to go, but all these kids who seemed to have so much activity had a hard time getting up. I mean, we were going to head for Annie's Canyon now. That's about 3 hours churning down lake. I need to get them up and going, don't I? Should I let them sleep for a while? Okay, just for a little while. Then we got to get going. Bill complained of a splitting headache. Well, here we are at Annie's Canyon, and everybody knows how to have a good time here. And for the next 3 days, it was non-stop fun. Well, it did rain one night. But we thought we would share that fun with you in the form of a rock video. Stephanie just had to do one.
They're gonna have your pictures taken, something like that. So,
All right, ladies, let's get ready.
anybody in the council, go up to the front desk and get your picture taken.
This is Ada shooting live from Lake Powell. We've got Amy and Johnny. All right, ladies, let's break it down. Let's start with some small
Big on the
pieces to the
dynamite.
left.
Bless you. Where are you going, my beautiful
All right.
friend? Is this the road that we take till the end? And if we break down, all we left behind? Is this the highway of all mankind?
Axis spins around and round we go. Where we're going, no one really knows. Here we go. Feel the fire way down below.
Come on, dim the lights,
Party time,
switch on the strobe.
do what you like.
Gonna have a ball tonight,
Let's have a ball.
down at the globe.
Trying to
Come on, dim
out the rain. Here we
switch on the strobe.
go again. Look it right
Gonna have a ball
Don't take no
tonight.
pain. All I see is acid rain. Get up and clean your teeth and have a shave. It's 1 a.m., let's go out to a rave. One more in before we hit that grave. It's hotter than a microwave. Wave,
Come on, dim the lights,
party time,
switch on the strobe.
do what you like.
Gonna have a ball tonight,
Let's have a ball.
down at the globe.
Lift it on up, lift it on up.
Come on, dim the lights,
Party time,
switch on the strobe.
do what you like.
We're gonna have a ball tonight,
Let's have a ball.
down at the globe.
Well, I am the Bishop of Brixton on my way to the garden party at the palace.
Where's the party, officer?
Ladies with an attitude.
Come on, dim the lights,
Party time,
switch on the strobe.
do what you like.
We're gonna have a ball tonight,
Let's have a ball.
down at the globe.
Here we go. One time, break it on down.
With an attitude.
Oh, Desi.
Fellas. Fellas.
Where is the fair deal? Not in this land, but still you try to get what you can. You know that it's bad, but if you insist, here's one more chance now that you just missed. Come on, dim the lights,
Party time,
switch on the strobe.
do what you like.
We're gonna have a ball tonight,
Let's have a ball.
down at the globe.
I believe you, I believe you.
Come on, dim the lights,
Party time,
switch on the strobe.
do what you like.
We're gonna have a
okay. What's the health department got to say? Don't smoke more than 50 fags a day.
Don't just stand there.
So have you ever asked yourself?
Don't just stand there. Don't just stand there. Let's get to it.
Come on, dim the lights.
Party time!
Switch on the strobe.
Do what you like.
We're gonna have a ball tonight.
Let's have a ball.
Down at the globe.
Come on, party on down.
Come on, dim the lights.
Let's have a ball.
Switch on the strobe.
Let's have a ball.
We're gonna have a ball tonight.
Let's have a ball.
Down at the globe.
Ladies with an attitude, fellas that are in the mood. Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it. Vogue. 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 Vogue.
Vogue, Vogue, pose, pose, Vogue, Vogue. Here's where you find it. And Monroe, Dietrich and DiMaggio, Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean, on the cover of a magazine. Grace Kelly, Harlow G, picture of a beauty queen. Jean Kelly, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, dance on air. They had style, they had grace. Rita Hayworth gave good face. Lauren Catherine Manitou, Betty Davis, we love you. Ladies with an attitude, fellas that were in the mood. Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it.
This is Steve Satterfield thanking you for being a part of our Lake Powell adventure and saying goodbye.